Good evening, everyone. It's 6:30, so welcome to our online lesson for Thursday, the 9th of May. It looks like we have a goodly number of people here tonight. Now, unfortunately, on the list of people, I can't see Darrick, who is meant to be our guest student. So I don't know what's happened to him. But if he doesn't show up, I'll just have to ask you guys to help me a bit more. So be prepared to answer the odd question as we go through. Now, our interesting little puzzle with the Queen and the Pawns. I don't think anyone solved it, but some of you got close. Who can we talk to? Let's have a chat to Bridgesh. You there, Bridgesh?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, do you reckon you solved the puzzle or are you still stuck?
I'm still stuck.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard one. Here we are. Now, I think you tried King H6. Was that your go?
Yeah, I did King H6.
Yeah, King H6 is the obvious one because then it's threatening pawn up to G5 with a checkmate because White's king sort of trapped there.
Yeah,
but White can reply Queen D8. So that's stopping the G5 check, and he's actually threatening his own checkmate on H8 then. So King H6 was a good try. I'll mute you now and I'll show you the answer, but thanks, Bridgesh. Okay, now it's 4 moves deep. Some of you got the right idea, but the second move is the hard one to find. So the first move is G5 check. So that forces White to virtually take the pawn. F takes G5. Now, the hard killer move. I'll give you one last go. Quickly type Black's next move that can give him a forced win. See if you can see it now that you've seen the first move. So Black has a really threatening move here. Bridges goes Queen E4. Thomas Queen E4. Justin Queen E4. Harry's got the right answer. Well done, Harry. So the correct move is King G6. So now he's threatening Queen takes G5 checkmate. So White has to virtually defend that G-pawn. And then Black has a very nice finish. Or we'll say on E7 maybe. Queen E4 check. Forces G4. And then Queen E1 checkmate. Got him trapped nicely there in the corner. So that was the solution. Some of you got the right idea, but missed that King G6. So I hope you enjoyed having a little look at that puzzle. Okay, let's just see if Darrick is here yet or not. It looks not. Okay. So he sent me a few of his games. I think he's a New Zealand guy, which I've played through, and his problem seems to be tactics. He makes a number of tactical oversights, probably because he's not looking at what his opponent's going to reply. He's more focusing on what he can do. But also I noticed in the opening he's got a couple of bad ideas. So I want to show you quickly just the opening phase of one of his games. Let's have a talk to Joey. You there, Joey?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, how are you tonight?
Good.
All right, you can help me with the start of this game. Well, actually, before we start this game, I'll show you the opening from a game at the RJ Shield a couple of weeks ago. One of my students, Matthew, was black. He's about 1200, and he was playing little Elijah, who's about 800. And here's how the game went. It goes E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6. Knight C3, Knight F6, Bishop C4, Bishop C5. You're beginning to notice the pattern here. D3, D6. Then they both pinned, and off they went. Now, what do you think of the play so far, Joey?
I think White's at an advantage because they're always one move ahead.
He's a move ahead.
So Black's not making the right decision.
Yeah. So now what do you think Black's done wrong in this opening, given that he's the higher rated player and he's playing at someone who's, say, 400 points below him? What hasn't he done that he should have done in the opening? In general terms. No, not castle. I'm thinking like a plan or an idea or something he should think about in choosing what opening he plays. Any idea? Because at the moment they've just copied each other, haven't they? Black's just copied White.
It might be better if Black goes to use their tactical advantage.
Okay, if he's good at tactics, he should play a tactical game. All right, what I'm thinking of is he hasn't posed his opponent any problems at all. His opponent's just done his normal moves and they've been copied. So little Elijah has been able to rip out 6 or 7 moves and he's under no pressure at all. He's playing what he knows and what he's played all the time. So let's go back to the start. So I said to Matthew, you know, one of the things you've got to do in the opening is try and get an opening that doesn't suit your opponent. Maybe he doesn't know it, or it's the wrong sort of opening for him. He likes tactics and it's a boring opening, or he likes boring and it's a tactical opening. So Matthew should have maybe, you know, played Sicilian defence, or he could have played Caro-Kann or something. Because imagine you're Elijah. He probably never played against the Caro-Kann defence. He wouldn't know what to do. See, so by doing something different, thinking about it, Matthew could have posed him problems. But instead he just played the routine moves and didn't pose his opponent any problems. And in fact, he should have lost the game, but I think he swindled the draw in the finish. All right. So, you understand that, Joey?
Yep.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, let's hope we can apply that in our games. So thanks for having a chat to me. Okay, who can we talk to next? Maybe Oliver. You there, Oliver?
Yep.
How are you tonight?
Good.
Okay, now you're going to help me with the start of this first little game. We're just going to look at the opening phase. So I just said one of the things is you've got to try and create problems for your opponent. So let's see how Darrick goes with his opening here. So B6, all right. So what do you reckon he should play here as White on move 3?
Maybe knight c3.
Knight c3, okay. All right, what do the rest of you think? We want to pose our opponent's problems and make their life a little bit difficult. So what is the most challenging move for them in this position? So the third move to White, so type in the question. So Oliver's thinking knight c3 would be a good move. Daniel, Bridges, Ryan all going d4. Lucas going d4. Oh, now hang on, Darrick is here. He's turned up. Excellent. All right, well I'll flip over to Darrick. So thank you for talking to me, Oliver. You there, Darrick, can you hear me?
Yes.
You're a bit late. I didn't think you were going to make it.
Oh, sorry about that.
Anyway, you're now explanation. Just before we get stuck into it, you're from New Zealand?
Yes.
Yeah. Where are you, in Auckland or Wellington, or where are you based?
I'm in Auckland.
Okay. And what sort of chess rating have you got over there?
I normally play standard time now. 15 minutes plus 10. It's around 1,000 normally.
Okay. All right. Cool. Excellent. Okay. Well, I've chosen one of your games to have a look at the opening. So you're now saying d4 in the actual game. Let's see what you did. You did knight c3. Now, why are you telling me d4 is a better move now?
Because it's a bit aggressive, and knight c3, I was just thinking of developing a piece.
Yes. Yes. Now, I've been harping on in these lessons that one of the things we're trying to do is get the 2 pawns side by side. So d4 would perhaps give us a chance to control the centre. So like if he takes, we can take back with the knight. And our pawn is now on the 4th rank. They've only got a pawn on the 3rd. So we've got more space, and they've sort of given us control of the centre. So straight away then, d4 in this position, where am I? You'd be putting him under pressure. Knight c3, you're not really putting him under pressure. So slight boo-boo. Now let's see what they do. Bishop e6, that's a funny move. Why do you reckon I say that's a funny move?
Because you could develop it more, and it's just wasting a move.
All right, a question. So we're trying to develop our pieces. Do you reckon it's the turn of that bishop to develop, or should priority be given to another piece?
I think it should be given to the knight.
Yeah. Generally we say knights before bishops, so bishop e6, probably not the best. So again, you could hit him with d4, and it'd probably be even stronger now, but you're going for the fianchetto, g3. Do you always play this setup, or what's the idea here?
I stopped playing it around now.
Okay, did you have success, or it didn't work out much, or what?
Most of my opponents played d5 back, so I didn't know how to respond to that.
Okay, all right. Well, it's an okay opening, and it makes your king nice and safe. It's a bit slow, and whether it's putting your opponent under pressure like I was talking about. So let's see what the other guy does. Knight f6. See, now you chicken out and you play d3. So he knows, hang on, he's not attacking my centre. I'm safe in the centre. So bishop g2 or d4 or something would have been better. He moved his other bishop. You play bishop g2. He castles. You castle. So you've got a nice safe looking position. Now he plays c5. What do you think about that one?
I think he's trying to control the center.
Yeah, I think that's a really good move because that's stopping you playing d4. So he's now controlling that d4 square. So you won't be able to get your two pawns side by side there. And it's giving him a bit more space because he's got two pawns on the fifth and you've only got one. All right, now you played here rook e1. Okay, now I want you guys out there, have a look at that rook e1 move. So it's gone from, we'll go back, rook from f1 to e1. Is that a good move or a bad move? I won't give you a choice of in between. So tell me, in this position, do you reckon rook e1 is good or bad? At the moment, I've got Joey, Callum, Daniel are all batting. Justin and Josh are batting. Gosh, everyone's saying it's bad. Bridges reckons it's good. Luca's saying good. Ryan's saying okay. Joey's saying bad. Nathaniel good. So we've got a slight lead to the bad. All right, so Darrick, tell me why you want to play your rook to e1.
I thought of getting it on the motorway on the center file.
So where do we want to put our rooks in general?
In its open file.
Open files, all right. If we haven't got an open file, what can we do with the rook?
We can put it in the center.
The next best to an open file is a half-open file where there's one pawn on it. All right, but if there are no open files, no half-open files, where do we put our rooks?
I'm not
Any
sure,
idea?
actually.
All right,
I'm not
let's.
sure.
Okay, that's no problem. Let's ask someone. We'll try.
Just trying to
Sam. Are you there, Sam? Hello, Sam. Say something. Not going to talk to me? Okay. All right. He's not talking to me. All right. Well, what we generally do with our rooks, put them on open files, half-open files, or we put them behind like our most advanced pawns that are either going to push forwards or maybe be swapped off, and then that creates an open file. Okay. So, do you reckon your rook e1 is good or bad?
Well, it does put the rook behind the most advanced pawn.
True. Okay, but most people are saying bad. See if I can get someone to explain that to me. Where's Callum? Let's talk to Callum. Hello, Callum. Say something, Callum. Yeah, you said rook e1 was bad. Why do you reckon that?
Well, because that pawn can't push and can't really swap it.
Yeah, so it's not going to be an open file, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, well done. Thanks, Callum. Okay, so what you should be looking here, Darrick, is about those 2 pawns side by side. Remember I said about that? So you can't get your D pawn, so what you need to do is get your F pawn going. That would be the next choice for getting a pawn side by side. So you'd be looking at moving this knight somewhere, then you push your F pawn. So in that case, your rook obviously wants to be behind the F pawn, because you can either have a swap off with a half open file, or you can keep pushing, gaining space.
Yeah.
So that the fact that you've moved your rook to E1 is saying to me you don't understand you're meant to be getting the 2 pawns and hitting the centre with F4. You reckon you got the hang of that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at another couple of moves. Rook E1, A6, then you moved your knight up to get his bishop, that's okay. He went up there, we had a bit of a swap. Now he's got his 2 pawns side by side and he's gaining lots of space on the queen side. Now, you played knight D5. Was that a good move? The screen caught up where you just played knight D5? What do you think, Darrick? Oh,
I can't really hear you. It's all glitching.
oh can you hear me now? Is that better? I haven't changed anything here, and I can hear you.
No, just slightly.
Okay, so can you explain why knight D5 is... You played that? Is that a good move or a bad move?
I was trying to swap off my knight for 2 bishops.
Okay, but the question
no,
is,
never mind.
did you ask what is he going to reply? What do you think he's going to do?
Pardon?
Did you ask yourself what is he going to reply? Did you work out the next couple of moves?
No.
Yeah, because what's happened is he takes, you take, and then he takes on G5. He's won a piece and he's virtually won the game because he's a piece ahead. So that was an example of the tactics where you need to work out the next couple of moves to see whether there's some tactical problem. And always ask yourself what's he going to reply. Anyway, we'll move on to the other game that I wanted to look at. I just wanted to have a look at the opening of that game. This game is a little bit longer. And you are white again. So now we're particularly looking out in this game for tactics, whether we've made any mistakes or missed any opportunities. All right, you play bishop b5, which I'm happy with. That's probably more aggressive than bishop c4. And then we have a bit of a swap off on d5. And he copies. All right, now you hit him with queen e2 check. Why do you want to do that?
To either bring his bishop up back or swap things, or even stop him from casting.
Okay, but so which one do you think he'll reply?
Probably drop the bishop back.
Okay, so is that going to be good for you or not so good?
Good for me because he's undeveloped a piece.
He's retreated, all right, but what if he puts his queen in front? What are you going to do then?
I'm forced to take, so I probably would take.
So is that an even exchange or a good exchange for you?
A good exchange for me because he still has to bring his bishop back. Or he can bring his
well,
king.
he might actually take with his king. It would be in an endgame then, and he doesn't necessarily have to castle. His king might be happy in the centre. So queen e2, I'm not sure that's giving you any advantage, but he drops back. All right, now let's have a think. I have an interesting idea here for white. May be good, may not be good. So you guys, just have a look. Unusual idea. What is an unusual move you would consider for white in this position? Obviously you can do something like castles and all that's fine and dandy, and white does have a pretty good move. But there is another move that I'd look at. Lucas is on queen e4. Okay. Joshua. Let's have a look at Joshua. Are you there, Joshua? Talk to me, Joshua. Not going to? Okay. Joshua has suggested the same move as Benji. Maybe I can get Benji to talk to. Hello, Benji. Say something, Benji. No, not having much luck here, never mind. Right, they've suggested the move D6, which is just an interesting idea. You sacrifice a pawn, so sort of hold up his development. Maybe your bishop's going to drop back here or something. So you think of just sacrificing D6 so he can't develop his queenside pieces and his bishop's locked in a bit. Maybe good, maybe bad. But you in fact have a better move, Darrick. Do you remember what you played?
Queen E5.
Yes, good move. So now you've got a nice double attack on 2 pawns at the same time. So it looks like you could be picking up a pawn. So that was well spotted. All right, he castled. You zapped his pawn. All right, what do you think he should do now? What will be the best move for black?
I think he'll play D6
Pawn to D6?
or C6.
Or
Chase away my
C6?
bishop.
Okay. All right, there's an even better move. On the questions, guys, if you were black, what move would you do here? It's going to be a little bit annoying for white. Lucas is suggesting rook E8. Joey's suggesting rook E8. Dujesh likes C5. Daniel likes rook E8. Rook E8, you find that one scary, Darrick, or not?
No, not really, because I can just castle.
Yeah, you just castle and there's no threat. What do you think would be better for black? Have you got an idea what would be better apart from D6 and C6?
He could develop his bishop.
Yeah, he could play bishop F6. So he's hitting your queen, and when your queen moves somewhere, he can now check you. So either you've got to lose castling or your bishop's got to retreat, and then you still can't castle. So that would be a little bit annoying. But he didn't do that. He got the moves back to front like the guys here, and he liked rook E8. So you castled. All right. Now let's have another question for everyone. So black's next move, he's a pawn down. So he's decided he's going to move his E6 bishop. So where should he put it? I'll give you a choice. Should he put it on D6 or F6? So I'd like you to choose and type in the questions whether you want to put that bishop on D6 or F6. Justin likes F6, British likes D6. Justin, Joey F6, Oliver's D6, Lucas F6, Thomas F6, most of Callum and Daniel D6, pretty even. Darrick, which one do you like?
If I was black, I'd like D6 if it's hitting the king side.
Okay. Because you reckon that would give you an attack on the king side?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So tell me about attacking. So if you decide, okay, I'm going to attack on the king side, what sort of things do you need for that to be a successful attack?
You need to free or more pieces.
You need ideally more attacking pieces than he's got defending pieces. Anything else you need?
A plan.
Maybe. What about from his side? Is his king nice and safe? Is white's king in this position nice and safe, or is it covered in weaknesses and all open?
His king side is still safe.
Yeah. So generally to attack, you need more attackers than defenders, and you need some weakness to attack. So here, he's got a queen and a rook defending his king, and a lovely pawn wall in front. Now maybe you can get a bishop and a queen and maybe a rook attacking, but basically it's not probably going to be a good attack because he's got sufficient defenders. All right, so you might like attacking, but bishop d6, which is what he did, I think is the wrong idea. What you should be thinking about, if you're black, is putting your pieces on the best squares. So I reckon the bishop on f6, hitting the queen, is going to be a better spot than maybe play c6 and chase the bishop away So you've got an active bishop, you've got an active rook, all that sort of stuff. Okay, but he didn't do that. He's an attacker, so he went bishop d6. What did you do here? You went c4, maybe. Now he brings out his queen. Is that attacking anything now, or is that just getting pieces out? You got a threat?
He could come along to h5 and place him a checkmate.
Yeah, then he'd have an attack on h2, but he hasn't done that yet. All right. So what's the obvious move for you to do here?
To chase his queen away.
Yes, by playing what?
d3.
Yes, yes. So you probably should have done d3, but it's like a free developing move and you're hitting his queen. And then you can get that bishop out and have an extra defender. So for instance, if he went h5, so he's threatening the checkmate on h2, I don't know, maybe you could just bring your bishop out. You could even just play h3 if you wanted and cover the attack that way. But you forced his queen to move again. But what you actually did is you kept on attacking with your pawn up to c5, which is interesting. He played bishop e5, hitting your queen. All right, now we've got a question for everyone again. So white's the pawn up, black's trying to attack. What do you reckon white should play in this position? The queen's attacked. What do you want to do? Type in on the questions what you think would be a good move for white here. Regisha is going rook e1. Interesting. Justin's going d3. Counter-attack on the queen. Ryan likes d3 or even f4, which probably isn't too good because our bishop takes queen check. Nathaniel's going d3. Harry and Daniel going rook e1. Joey's going rook e1. Benji, Callum, rook e1. So it looks like it's a toss-up between d3 or rook e1, Darrick. Which do you like?
Rook e1.
Okay. Now let's have a look at the d3 one first, see if we can work out whether that was a good one or a bad one. So d3, so black's attacking your queen, white's attacking black's queen. What do you reckon black should do here?
If he takes the queen and has a swap off, he would win the pawn and
So he could swap the queen, so he could go queen, bishop takes queen. Whoops, hang on, I'm pressing the wrong, oh dear. Sorry, I'm pressing the wrong button here and terrible things are happening. Oh, still doing it to me. Takes queen, and if black could win the pawn on c5. Yes. All right, so that's one possibility. Is there anything else you should look at? Now remember, I've been saying in these lessons, in tactical situations, we look at all checks and captures. So make certain you've looked at all checks and captures. Now you've looked at the capture, queen for queen. Is there any other capture you need to look at to work out whether this is a good plan or not? Lucas has found the right idea. Black to play. Any idea, Darrick? You want to look at another capture for me or another check?
Oh, I know. Queen takes c1.
Yes, black can play queen takes c1. So if you take the queen, bishop takes queen and black's the bishop up. And if you take the bishop, we can kamikaze for a rook and then take the queen. So all those of you who said d3, bad luck, that seems to lose a piece. So that one's no good. Now the rest of you went rook e1, which is what you played, Darrick. Now why do you like that one, Darrick?
So he can't take my bishop. If he does, I can background checkmate him.
Yeah, so you thought, aha, this might be a good trap. If he takes my queen, I can take his rook with a lovely background checkmate. All right. But the question is, have you looked at enough of your opponent's possible moves to make certain your move is a good one? And have you looked at all checks and captures? Because I think you've missed something, and all those guys here who put rook e1 have missed something. So I now want you to type as black what move white has missed. A good move for black here. See how many of you can spot it now that I've told you there is a good move for black. Joey's found it. Rajesh has missed it. Oliver's found it. Darrick's found it. Justin's found it. Rajesh missed it again. Lucas missed it. All right, Darrick, so tell us what the good move is.
Bishop takes h2.
Yes. So remember, we're meant to look at all checks and captures. So black could have gone bishop takes h2 check. And if king takes bishop, then he's got rook takes rook. So that wins the exchange. And if he doesn't take the bishop, if he goes to f1, we can just swap the rooks. Maybe take a pawn down here or something. And black's gobbled up a couple of pawns. All right, so rook e1's a tricky move, but as it turns out, it's a blunder. But fortunately for you, your opponent didn't see it. He played d6 instead, which is a weird move because the rook is now attacked by the bishop. So I guess he's trying to trick you back. He's trying to say, you take my rook, then I can take your queen. There's no longer a back rank checkmate.
Yeah.
So it's getting really tricky. All right. So what should we do, I wonder? So whites go now. What do you reckon we could do?
I just ignored that move. I think I might have taken the pawn on d6.
No, you did something different. Well, just have a look at it now. So there's lots of captures to look at. So what do you think you should do?
I think I played queen c3 instead.
Is that a good move?
Well, it doesn't do much, so I think I was just wasting a move.
Okay. Yeah, I think you've probably got to move your queen somewhere. Or maybe you could even play, whether you can play king f1 maybe. You did queen c3, but again, what could your opponent do if he wanted to?
He could play bishop takes h2.
Yes, he could still do bishop takes h2 check. So we've missed what he's up to there. All right. But he made a silly move. He missed his chance. He could have done bishop takes h2. Instead he's gone h6. Just trying to get out of a back rank checkmate. Now, his rook's still attacked, but your queen's attacked. So we want a good move here for white. See if you can help Darrick find a move that should win the game for white here, if he plays the right move. So type in, guys, good move for white in this position. Oliver's found it. Ryan's found it. Lucas has found it. Callum's missed it. Bridgesh has missed it. Justin's missed it. Nathaniel's missed it. Okay. So well done, Oliver, Ryan and Lucas. So if you had your time again, Darrick, what do you reckon you'd play as white?
I'm not sure, actually.
Okay. Well, look at things we can threaten. So you have a threatening move that helps you develop your pieces, stops that attack on your queen.
Oh yes, d4.
Yes, Sam's found that as well. You could have done d4. That would be a killer, because now you're on his bishop. Whoops, wrong colour, sorry. because now you're attacking his bishop and you're attacking his queen. And we'll chuck in you're attacking his rook. So it looks like he's in all sorts of trouble. He's got to lose material. So d4 would have been the killer move, but your queen's going musical chairs, queen d3. So now he's finally woken up and he's hit you with bishop h2, check. Right, what should you do now?
I think I took the bishop in this position.
Correct. Is that the best move?
Probably not.
What would be a better move?
F1.
Yes, you could have played king f1. Yeah, this is what a lot of juniors do. They're very much into taking. So you take them, they take you. And piece for piece, swap for swap, and that's all they look at. They think, oh dear, I've lost the rook, but I can get a bishop for it, I better take it. But have a look around, look for other alternatives, and you could have gone king f1, so you're not losing the exchange there. You might lose a pawn or two, but you're still hanging in there. Anyway, you went and took the bishop, and black played queen check, which is a really, really good move. Because now if you go back, he's got rook takes rook check. Ouch, which is pretty painful. So you are forced to put your queen in the way, which is a bit tragic because there's bishops on the queen. How are you feeling round about now?
Almost dead.
Yep, you're pretty close
Pretty
to
much
being dead.
dead.
Pretty much dead. Anyway, you might get out of it. Let's see what happened. Oh my God, he hasn't taken your queen. He's missed that he can play bishop takes queen, and he's gone for the pawn instead. So suddenly, from a lost game, you've now picked up his rook with check. You have a totally won game. So this is fantastic. All right, you hit him with another check, and then he blocked it, and you picked up his bishop as well. So I bet you're feeling a bit better about here.
Yeah.
Yep, I reckon. So you've got 3 extra pieces. All right. He played queen h4 check. Now, what do you reckon you should do now?
I could bring my queen back to h3 because you should swap off when you're up.
Would that be the best move, or would it be better to move the king?
Probably be better to move the king.
Move the queen?
Move the king.
Move the king. Okay. So he's trying to attack you with the queen, and you're trying to defend, aren't you? So
Yeah.
have you got many defenders around your king?
No, not much.
Not much at all. So logically speaking, wouldn't the best one be to bring the queen back again? So let's see. Hang on. Oops. I'm in the wrong mode. Right, let's say you bring your queen back, then he's only got 1 check on f4, you block the queen again, then he's got no checks. And everything's pretty well defended, so he's just a million pieces down. I'm thinking maybe you sort of weren't looking over the whole board, you're only looking around your king's area and you didn't notice the queen could come back because it's a long way away. So you made a mistake and moved the king back, and now he can go over d4 and snaffle your bishop. Not the end of the world because it's still a mile up, but you're giving him a little bit of a chance. Now he's taken your bishop. You still feeling pretty good about the position?
Yes.
Yep, okay. So you took him, he took you. All right. Let's ask everyone here. So white should have an easily won game, but we've still got to win it. What move should white do here? So type in the questions what move you'd like to play for white. Thomas is going queen f8. Nathaniel's going queen takes b7. Sam's going queen takes b7. Josh likes queen h3. Bridges likes queen d8. Queen B7 for Ryan. Right, which one do you like, Darrick? Out of that one?
I tried Queen D7 to chop off the pawn on D6, so I can get my pass pawn going.
Okay, but now the question is, have you again asked yourself what is he going to reply? Because he has an obvious reply to that, doesn't he? It's going to stop you taking the pawn on D6. So if you play Queen D7, so now you're wanting to gobble the one on D6 and get past pawn, what can he do?
He'll just take my pawn.
He'll just take your pawn, yeah. Okay. So probably the best idea, Queen takes B7 with most people, so that protects the pawn. Now your king, but you're attacking on F7 then. Your king's a bit airy, but he can't check you at the moment. And maybe next move you drop your queen back to B3 and then can run across and it's all nice and safe. So small error, Queen D7. He chops your pawn, but now you can get your pieces out. So you played D4. He played H5. Do you remember what you did here? You did a really funny move.
I think I moved the bishop somewhere.
Yep. What would be the worst square you could move the bishop to?
Bishop H6.
What would be the second worst square you could move the bishop to?
Bishop G5.
Yeah, because
The queen could take.
it'd take. So why did you give him a bishop? You went bishop G5. What's the plot there?
So I could so I was kind of drawing his queen away, so I could come onto F7.
All right, but you're giving him a bishop and you're getting a pawn. So you're giving him material. You think that's a good swap? Have you got like a forced checkmate against his king or not?
No.
Probably not. Yeah, all right. So bishop there, that's a mistake. You could have, let's see, where's better? Best square, probably E3, defending that pawn. He's got no checks. All nice and cosy. All right, so slight misunderstanding. G5, he's apt. So you now took on F7. He ran up. All right, so we're still a rook ahead. So that's looking pretty good. What do you reckon you should do here?
I put my rook out here.
You think bringing your rook out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone type, what do you reckon White's best move would be here? What would you like to play if you were White? Still a rook up. You've got his king in a bit of trouble. White to play. British likes Queen E6. Ryan likes Queen F8. Nathaniel Oliver like F8. Thomas likes Rook E1. Justin Joey like F8. Lucas likes E6. All right. Well, Thomas, who likes Rook E1. Tell me what's wrong with that, Darrick.
The queen could check on H4.
Yeah, Queen check H4, winning the Rook. Ah! So that was a bad one. Whoops, hang on. Where have we gone? I've lost all the moves. Hang on. So of those moves that they suggested, was Queen E6 or Queen F8. Do you like either of them?
I'll go for Queen G8. I had it for
Oh, you were in Queen G8, did you?
So I can come onto H8 and get a checkmate.
All right, so tell me why you went Queen G8?
So I can go onto H8 and get a checkmate.
Right, so you're threatening checkmate. But now I think we have a problem, because again, you haven't looked at what the other guy's doing. You've only looked at what you can do. The best move probably would be Queen F8 check. He's got to go to H7, and then you can zap his D pawn, and now your queen is covering that same diagonal he's going to check you on, and is protecting the D pawn. So your king is pretty safe now, and you've won that extra pawn. So that would be easy. But you went for the one move checkmate. Okay, what should black play now, guys? Black's getting a bit of a chance here because Darrick hasn't used his rook yet. So being a rook up is no good if it just sits in the corner. Ryan wants queen e7, Julius wants queen f4. Sam likes queen f6, Joey likes queen h4, Nathaniel likes h4. Daniel, yeah. So the problem is, Darrick, he is very close, I think, to getting a perpetual check. So what if he goes h4 check? You go there, he goes d4 check. You go to f1, you can go f4 check. You know, how's your king going to get out of those checks, do you reckon?
By crawling across the place where the queen can come in.
You can try and make a run for it, but it is pretty hard. It's pretty hard. He's got heaps and heaps of checks. Even there sort of thing. So I'm thinking, had he seen queen h4 check, you might have even lost half a point because it could be a draw. But fortunately, he saw it and then played g5 instead of taking on d4. That was a terrible move. Okay, so now you're in checking him, and you bring your rook in. So finally, we're making use of our extra rook. And we've got his queen, your queen attacking his king. He's running up. Now, funny thing happened here. He moved up. All right, everyone, what should white play here? Quick as you can, white to play. Type it in. He just played king d4, white's move. Ryan's gone queen f5. Everyone else has played a different move. Everyone except Ryan's played it. Bridges plays queen d7, which is a different move. So Darrick, what should you play here?
Queen f3 checkmate.
Yeah, you could have played queen f3 checkmate. You went queen f5 check. Fortunately, you went up and you still got him. So you had mate in one and you missed it. But I've done that in games too. I've been very embarrassed. I had forced mate in one and I did mate in two instead. But no real difference. All right, so that was an interesting couple of games. So what I want you to take out of this game in particular is about the tactics. I think you need to sort of brush up on your tactics and ask yourself, what can your opponent do? What's his reply going to be? Don't just look at what you're doing sort of thing. Because you gave your opponent a few chances there and you're a bit lucky to get away with it in the finish. Okay, well, thank you very much for being my student for today. I hope everyone enjoyed the lesson. And we'll have another lesson next week, so I look forward to seeing you all then. Thanks very much and good night.